DeeFx, all them Forex boys. Money they we chat to FX, and I use FX, all them musky funds. No go lose gas and me force. $1 billion investors. Mula we get lessons. Musician we get messy.
Alright, good. Let's go. Alright,
all them babies buy and sell. Focus with.
Hi guys, so welcome to today's training, and then it's just going to be very interesting because we'll be talking about the things that every beginner should know, as well as every fresh trader out there should know, which is understanding that trend lines are the basics of forex trading. So trend lines are like the major thing that help you understand the overall trend. In this tutorial, we'll be diving straight into how to really draw trend lines from it. So this is not going to take long. This is just something that we can do in the next couple of minutes, and then we'll be done. Now, using our knowledge of higher lows, higher highs, lower lows, and lower highs, right? Now, we will now be connecting trend lines through those parts diagonally. That's just the aim. The aim is not to connect trend lines straight. It's to connect the trend lines diagonally. You understand? So now diagonal means from one point to another, not straight or vertical, not horizontal or vertical. For trend line. So you want to draw it diagonally. Down or up. Do you understand? So now you either want to catch a move to the upside, or you want to catch a move to the downside. Okay. So there are two types of trend lines, or three types of trend lines. Now there's a trend line that I call week to week trend line. There's a trend line that I call body to body trend line. And there's a trend line I call week to body or body to week trend line. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So we have week to week, body to body, body to week, and week to body. That makes sense. That's like very, very simple. I hope you're getting it. So it's basically just as simple as that. So that if we come to the chart, and then I'm going to be taking BTC USD as an example here, and then we will be looking at it carefully, making a decision of it. Now we can see clearly that BTC over these recent times have been on the rise, of course, to the upside, like as you can see, just skyrocketing to the upside. Now what we want to do is we want to be able to catch this move, because we can see that it is a trending market. Trend line trending, trend line trending. You don't want to use trend line in a consolidating market. Trending could either be to the upside, or trending could either be to the downside. So you want to make sure that the chart first thing first is in a trend, either to the upside or to the downside. Now we now see the chart like this. Then we want to go ahead and then click on our trend line, which is the second two here. Then we can now go ahead and then pick from a point. Now since it is going to the upside, we just need higher lows to be connected. Since we are going to the upside, it means we just need higher lows. If we are trying to connect our trend line to the downside, it means we need lower highs. Does that make sense? So now we now need higher lows. Then we could just start from somewhere, anywhere. You need to be creative about your trend line. Okay, that's one thing you need to know. You can be very creative about your trend line. But I don't want to really.
You're going to the downside.
Yeah, you need then lower highs. Yeah, good. So now from this point now, if you look at this particular BTC USD chart, now we can see that from here we can connect this particular low to this low. Do you see that? Then to the future. Which then tells us that this current buy that's happening on BTC USD is as a result of this trend line. Do you understand?
But still upon still. This is the low, right? Then you can see an higher low.
Yes.
Right. Then to the future, right?
Yes.
But from this higher low, what I can see definitely is there are still higher lows here.
Good.
You see higher lows here. You see higher lows. Why is the trend line not going that direction?
Diagonally. Diagonally. I don't even understand that. Now, if I'm to draw a trend line from here, this is it. Do you see that?
Okay.
But we don't have any business here now. Do you understand? We are looking at this point now. Do you understand? Good.
If you
so
it's like this.
One thing that validates your trend line is if you have two touches, you can anticipate a third touch and you're good. Does that make sense? Two touches and you're fine.
Second touch.
And third touch.
First touch, second touch. You're expecting a third touch.
Then which is what happened at that point. Does that make sense? So that gives us a very, very nice trend line. And then with this now, we can anticipate that from this particular current market move, we can see a very, very nice bullish engulfing here, a change of character here, and then we can just anticipate a buy all the way from this point and hope BTC continues to keep buying, expecting that we'll put our stop loss slightly below the high, below the trend line, and then we are good to go. Does that make sense? So your trend lines should just be like that. Now, what if it is in a downward market? Let's look for a trade or a market that's currently in a downward trend. Okay.
So higher lows.
Lower highs for downtrend.
For downtrend,
lower highs. Yeah. Lower highs. So let's look. Yeah. Good.
Because for a downtrend to happen, trend has always gone up.
You understand?
No,
then it's not coming down. You understand? Then it's not coming
so
down.
those highs, they are not low.
Lower
than the previous highs.
So now let's take this high now, right? And then let's connect. Can you see?
Okay.
That's a very, very nice downtrend.
3 times and more.
You see, so first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. So if peradventure we could back test and then we cancel all these charts now, and then we waited for price to come back to the trend line and we sold off, put our stop loss slightly below, one candlestick away, and then you set your take profits to the next exhaustion point. Of course, you make profit. Does that make sense? So you sold off right here, somewhere here. Put your stop loss one candlestick away like this nicely. Target this exhaustion point slightly below here, and then you take profits all nice and neat. Do you see that? It comes again. You try again. One candlestick away. There's every tendency that I might hit stop loss, but you just keep trying. Target. There's no exhaustion point here, so you just do whatever you can do, and then let's be realistic with ourselves. But one thing is very important, understanding that how do you connect a trend line. Now look at this trend line now that I just connected. Now I can tell you that from this now we've connected wick. This is a wick here. Can you see that wick? And to body. Can you see that body? Now then we connected it back again to wick. Can you see that wick? That tiny wick there.
And then body.
And then we have other bodies here. You see that? Now let's go to the other one that we
why is the trend line not extending towards the position at which it is now?
Of course it can, but the thing is because the price has gone above it.
That's broken the trend line.
You see that? So now price has gone above the trend line, disregarding the fact that this trend line. So now we don't have any business with this. Now if we were to draw another trend line to make a decision from the current market price right now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to zoom out a little bit. Then we can say that we want to connect our trend line. Do you understand? Now we take it. You see that?
Yeah.
Then we take it like this. Now, so if we have a touch like this, now we have 1, 2, 3. Now if we have a fourth touch, you should see price, respect the fact that what this trend has changed, and then we should be able to push to the upside.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Can I use more than one trend line?
Yes, of course, you can use more than one trend line to determine the trend of the market.
See, you just check the possibilities of different angles.
That's the main thing. The main thing is to be able to, you are dealing with possibilities, so you have to just check what way or how can I, that's why I say you have to be stylish about it. Do you understand? I have drawn trend lines that my mentor don't even know I got my trend line. There are trend lines that I call the manipulative trend lines. Do you understand? So my trend lines can be that I'm drawing it from a point like this. Let's look at this from this point now, then like this. You see this? Now this my trend line is a multi-purpose trend line because I can use it to catch a buy and I can use it to catch a sell. Do you understand? So I have it coming buy, no problem. Now I saw that it broke out of it, came back to retest it. I'll catch my sell here. Do you understand? Comes back to retest it, catch my sell. As far as it did not go above it. So your trend line always has a purpose, right? Multiple purpose, right? It has to be. That's why I say you have to be creative about it. I can sometimes draw my trend lines from this high here, connect like this. The most interesting thing is you just have to be able to be creative. Now look at it. You have to be creative. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I can see that price is reacting off it, right? Yes. So there's no reason why I shouldn't trust it here. So even if I had hit stop loss 1, I try hit stop loss. I try again, hit stop loss. As it come back again, I buy again, put stop loss here. I've made all this profit back. Does that make sense? I don't even understand your idea now. So trend lines are just that easy. So body to body, week to week, body to body, week to week. The major thing is you want to make sure you're connecting eyes to eyes, lows to lows, as well as you're connecting, like I said, lower highs to higher lows or higher highs to lower lows. You can just be very creative at how you do this. Do you understand? So there is no specific way of drawing a trend line. It is just based on how you can understand or interpret the knowledge that is currently on the chart or the data that you have on the chart. So
can we say in something that since people have different what's that word you use? People have different patterns to trading. Can we say the use of the trend line is also a pattern?
Yes, the use of the trend line is also a pattern. That's my very first law.
Summary of like it's a technical, it's a pattern.
It's a pattern. So that's the first strategy I started using trading with. So this could be a strategy. The reason why I'm bringing out all the strategy to you guys is so that you guys at the end of this show, you guys will pick the one you like. I've taught you guys like 3 strategies right now. 4 safe. You understand? So now it is left to you to now pick the one when you understand. So when you practice it, you can now choose.
By week I mean the week. I think that's still the best.
So if that's what you feel that you are satisfied with, some people enjoy strategies like break structures. We will still go to ICT, of course, because I know a lot of things about ICT.
What strategy is talking about?
It's a strategy.
I'm not saying week to week.
Not this one.
WEEK.
The previous week high, the previous week low.
Okay. I remember that one. But they divided it like this. I don't remember. No, yes. Okay.
You get so this whole thing.
That one is stars. That will be like magic.
That's what's currently affecting gold right now. It's just very simple. It is just what it is.
That one you have to count down what it's telling.
That's why you have to count down.
Trend line is. I feel like that one summarizes every other strategy. So you have to put the knowledge of every other
strategy into it.
No,
so if you use trend line, you see, simple. So if you clicked on this point now, price came here, you bought off here, put your stop loss here, hit take profit. Price came here.
My best is the trend line.
Price came here, you understand? Fine. Now I told people that for me to confirm that this is my sell that I'm holding here, I'm still going to continue holding. I need price to first of all take out that trend line. Why do I need price to take out that trend line? Do you know why? Guess what?
Please come again. You need price to our holding is our sell.
Our sell is from this point, right? You're selling from this point. Good. Now I said I will continue holding my sells if I sold from this point right last week. Now my stop loss was somewhere. Let's look at where my stop loss was. One candlestick on the 1 hour time frame. Very tight. Very nice. See the candlestick here. Can you see that candlestick here? One candlestick away. Good. Can you see that? This was my stop. Can you see it?
So by one candlestick away, you don't mean the closest candlestick. It's the one at which price.
The previous. You understand? This is one candlestick away. So like that. So now you have all this information now, right? Then now I sold here, then price shut down, fine. Price came back up, price shut down, fine. Price came back up, price shut down. Now why am I holding on my trade when I can see? That's the reason why too much knowledge can affect you. But you have to choose, you have to trust one. You understand? Now I understand that my week to week and week like WEEK. Now I understand that particular strategy has proven itself to be very aggressive and intense. I've seen what it can do. I've seen it on other pairs. I've seen it on DeeFx. I've seen it on, you understand? I've seen what my exhaustion points can do. So that tells me that now, if peradventure I have entered this trade on Friday based off of that strategy, it doesn't mean because I came on Monday, then I saw trend line and I will have to exit. No. Do you understand? On Friday, there was this trend line there. Why didn't I see it? Why did I enter the sale? Why are you not seeing the trend line today? Then you now want to close out that trade. Do you understand the idea? So now, because that trend line is there, the reason why I am supporting the fact that I want price to break out of that trend line, it's not because I'm working at the back end. I'm not working in stock office. I'm not working anything. It's just the belief that the fact that I know I entered because of what the previous week activity. Now, every day sets the pace for the next day. Today sets the pace for tomorrow. Friday sets the pace for Monday. So for Friday told us here that of course price is currently in the weekly high, right? Then we should expect price to reverse.
Yes.
So price decided to do all these things. Why? Because it wants to fake people out. That's the major thing. Now, which now bring me back to liquidity. Why am I saying that price will take out this trend line? Because once you now have multiple touches on trend lines, you then now have liquidity created, and then there is something we have to see a breakout. So we have multiple touch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You understand? Now price shot up. There should definitely be, because if you are punching this screen has to break. You understand? If you are punching the wall, there should definitely be a tendency of it breaking at some point. So that point is particularly this point, because I can see the exhaustion here. I can see this exhaustion, I can see this exhaustion, I can see this exhaustion. So what is now left for this particular thing? There's a force that's coming that will take it out. Do you understand? So which is just a logical thinking, but it's because I trust myself.
Takes it out, right? We are still selling. If it takes it out, it means like logically it's time to close the trade.
Basically, right? Now the reason why I wouldn't close this trade is because I still believe that there is still a tendency of we probably coming as far as this point. But why would I want to close now? Let's imagine I want to close now. I mean, I could close now and just forget about the trade. But because I see that, of course, we can see that this high is maintained. Now, so far so good. You've been creating lower highs. You don't want to create because you think market will do it. You want market to show you that it is time for you to close. What will the market show me that will make me time for me to close? I need to see it break or change character here. You understand? Because this is the major one. This is the major high, or let's say lower high, right? That led to a major lower low. Do you understand? This is the high that led to this major lower low. So price has to take out this high before I can significantly say that the market has changed its direction to the upside. So then I can close my trade. But if I close my trade now, I'm just
doing now it means everything is still favoring the sellers. So
until we see that change here, then we can close. Then we can just accept that we are wrong, right? But there is still a tendency of price pushing to the downside and creating more lower lows. Yeah.
Please, can you zoom in a little? From what I can see here, right? I can see that from the previous high, basically, there is already, let's say, another higher high. So from the previous lower high, there's already an higher high. I can decide to call it a change of character, but because it's on the 15-minute time frame, I don't think that's enough to say it. I mean, it could be a change of character. Now, can you point at the place where you're actually talking about? I can see this particular thing.
Okay, good. Now, the reason why you won't want to call that part a change of character is because this point did not create any low, any significant low.
Okay, you
needed to, do you understand? You needed to create a significant low.
Yes.
Now, that's if price don't take this. This is the high here. Now, this high is just there. It's just plain. Of course, it's a higher low. Fine. But it did not. This particular thing did not take out this particular low. Now, as only took it out, then price came back to take it out. Fine. Do you understand? So that's why it's very important to just keep all this information at your fingertips, which is like very, very interesting. So now you can draw trend lines now. I mean, you can draw trend lines. And all right, so that's just going to be it for today's. Thank you guys very much for joining. And then if you are new to this channel, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like this video, and then recommend it to your friends that are interested in learning Forex. Okay, I can't wait to have you guys start trading and making money. If you are new to Forex, click on the link below and join DeeFx, and then let's trade together. Create an account with them using the link in the description, and then let's go. Peace, guys.